Hey guys, welcome back. Well, today, as the picture shows, we got a new moisture meter. So Toptes, I believe that's how you say it, reached out to me if I would be interested in their moisture meter. So I have a bunch of them. I think I got 3 of them. I know where 2 of them are. I can't tell you where the 3rd one is. And I use them. I use them a lot, obviously, when I go deliver wood. I always test most of the time the wood to make sure that it is, you know, sellable. But usually my wood sits out for a good year this season, and lately, since I've been doing a lot of kiln dried wood, I always want to make sure that that wood is like really dry. So they reached out to me to try out one of their newer products and make a video on it. So it's the Toptes TS-630. So it's the pin type moisture meter, and it's actually pretty nice. I actually kind of like it. I did look at the manual on it already, just to see, like, because it has different settings and stuff. So this is the unit here. I'll take the top off. So you have the pins, and what I really kind of like about it, depending on the moisture, right, it has different settings. So obviously I didn't split these open. This is, what is it? This is maple here. So when you use it, it'll change colors. I'll let you know. Whoops. It doesn't, let's see here. Okay, I gotta switch. So you can do this for wood, and I want to say like masonry, like concrete and whatnot. So I gotta switch this to, okay, now we're back to wood. And it'll tell you the temperature that we're currently at, the relative humidity that's outside. So let's go back into the wood. So if it stays green, it's really dry. So that shows 11.4. So hopefully you can see that. And this is hard maple, piece of cherry. So this is, if you guys remember, this is from that delivery I did a couple days ago. The wood that I talked about, the cherry, and they had a moisture meter. This is from that same batch. She said it was around 9%, and I'm getting 12-ish. This is a really small piece. So, and then let's try this piece of elm. This is probably going to be a lot wetter. Yeah, okay, see how it switches to orange, 16.3, and depending on what setting you have, it can show green, orange, and then red. Obviously red would mean that it's really wet. So what I kind of like about it, obviously it shows you the moisture percentage that it gives you, so that's good. But if you want to do it really fast and not really look, you can just see the color. So as long as you're in the orange or the green, it's dry. I think when I looked at the settings, I had it on B because that's gives you like it's a lower type percentage. So I think it goes up to 20 or 21 would be in the orange, where the other setting for wood, it's like up to 22, I believe, is in the orange, which is still, to me, that's still fine. I mean, it's a little wetter than it should be, but it'll still burn. So if you want to do it quick, you just slam it into the wood, and then if it's in the orange still, you're good. Obviously green is really dry. Now if you have wood that's been stacked out of the weather for 3 years, 2 years, it's going to acclimate to whatever the humidity, you know, is outside. Kinda, you're going to average around 17-18%. So for that to be, you know, 11 or 12, but it's cherry, and cherry dries really well. So like if you have it in a real dry environment, obviously it's going to get drier and drier. Just like my wood kiln, you're going to dry it and dry it and dry it. You're going to take all the moisture out of it, but it will, you know, seep back up that moisture. So no, I do like it. It feels like quality. It doesn't feel like it's really cheaply made. I believe these are $25. I will have a link down in my description that goes to their, I think it's their Amazon page. So I'll have that in there if you guys want to check it out. But I do like it. It feels pretty good. It did come with 2 spare, like those needle points on here on the top there, in case you somehow bend them or break them, I suppose. Just runs off of think there are 3 AAA batteries on there. So I think I'll probably keep this one on me handy. I should compare it to my other one and see how accurate they are. I mean, it says within 2%, you know, accuracy, so that's not bad. Yeah, so no, that's pretty good. So no, I'll probably keep that one in my truck just in case. I used to always have one in my truck when I go do deliveries, and I would show people like, oh, this is what this one's reading, and I'll just split one on site to show them. So that's always a reassuring thing for the customer. I mean, because I'd want to know if I was purchasing 2 to 4 plus cords of wood every year, I would make somebody prove to me that it's, you know, 20 or below or whatever, or within that. So, because whenever I go deliver wood, before I dump it, I have them look at it, make sure this is what they want, you know, so I don't dump this wood and all of a sudden now I got to load it back. I've never had that, but I don't want to have that problem. I mean, I know we're only talking about firewood, but at the same time, it's my product that I deliver and sell represents me. And as we all know, word of mouth travels really fast. And I feel like in this industry business, you do not want to have that circulating, because most of the customers I've gained, they've all had really bad experiences with somebody else. And then I just come around and capitalize, so. But I understand you can't please everybody, of course, you know, that's just how life works. But no, I'm pretty, you know, there's a lot of crappy products out there, but I do like that one. I will probably eventually test it with my other ones. I know they're all pretty much the same. They all do the same, but I do like that coloring on there. So even if you don't have the best eyesight, as long as you're not colorblind, you can see the colors, right? So you don't have to like squint to see what percentage it's at. As long as it's within the color scheme that it needs to be, you're good. You know, I know a lot of people get crazy when it comes to moisture content, and you know, it needs to be 17, 18%. As long as it's 20 or below, or even 21, 22, if there's a couple sticks that are higher and you throw it in the fire all together, it's all gonna burn. You're not even gonna notice the difference. And honestly, if it's a little bit wetter, you're gonna get better coals. That's just how that goes. So, and airflow is key, of course. But as long as you're not 25, 30% and up, I mean, that's just like fresh cut wood. And it doesn't obviously matter if it's grayed or not. Grayed, it just means it got wet, it dried from the sun, it's been out in the elements. That's all that means when it gets this color. Because I have a lot of wood that never sees, you know, like the wood I just showed you, that has never seen the rain or any of that. That's been stacked in here since day one after I split it. This is our personal wood, and this all looks like, it technically looks like it's fresh cut wood. I mean, obviously they're different colors here, but that's, you know, ash on the bottom, cherry, some maple, some elm. But none of this stuff is grayed, right? Because it has never seen the rain and the sun. So that's never always a telltale sign. Now, like I said, if it sits outside, it's definitely going to gray. It's just like cedar. When you cut down a cedar tree, it's a nice brownish color, but if you let it get in the weather, it's going to gray, just like cedar siding and shingles. You know, it looks really good when you put it up, but a lot of people like that gray. But anyways, that's besides the point. So, yeah, no, check them out. I mean, they do make some other products for other things, like temperature, wind, that kind of stuff. The moisture meter is the only thing I'd probably end up using, but they have other quality products, and yeah, check them out. I think in the next few days here, guys, that I'll probably be bucking up a bunch of logs. I gotta split some other stuff by hand instead of the processor, just some bigger stuff. So I know I said I was gonna be posting a video on the tree job. I ended up not doing it, or I did the job, but I ended up not recording a thing. It was really cold in the morning. That was the last thing I wanted to do, is mess around with the camera, and it was a big job with some big wood that everything, I just, you know, I really wanted to focus on the job on hand, because everything had to be rigged over the gazebo, the house, the deck, and I didn't want to be worrying about taking a video. So sorry about that. I mean, eventually I'll probably get some more footage of stuff, but we'll see. But in the meantime, yeah, that's kind of the update on that. So sorry if you were looking forward to that. It would have been a cool video. I did bring it, I just didn't set it up. I was gonna put the camera on the customer's roof and time-lapse the whole thing of my guy in the tree, lowering stuff, rigging it, swinging it, you know, moving the logs, big logs with the tractor and chipping stuff in the woods. It's just a lot to do. I almost need a camera person for that. And so unfortunately I didn't get any footage on that, but anyways. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today on that. It's just wanted to show you my new moisture meter on that, and I think I'll use it. I mean, that's a product that I use, especially this time of year. Obviously, when I'm cutting stuff that's going to be for next year, I don't care. It is what it is. I mean, it's kind of nice to know what percentage it's at, and if I wanted to track it. But when you make so much wood, it's irrelevant. Just get it out there and let it dry. Let it do its thing. You know, as long as it has good airflow and sunlight. If you can't have sunlight, that's key. You know, because anything in the sun dries really nice. But airflow is the biggest thing. I mean, you got to have that natural, you know, draft. So when you're making rows, if that's what you're doing, it needs to be, you know, there needs to be air gaps in it so you can get airflow. You know, stacking it in certain rows, depending on how you dry your stuff, and airflow is ideal. You know, north to south or east to west, depending on your setup with trees and whatnot. So, but yeah, check them out, see what you guys think. I mean, I'll continue to use that one, and I will compare it to one of my other ones to see, but I know they're all within probably 1% or 2% when you test something. So, but the fact that you can change the settings on that one, because my other ones you can't, for different type for wood and or, you know, masonry stuff like cement, if you want to test the moisture levels in that's pretty cool. It's pretty unique. I haven't seen that before. So, but yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Hey, actually, let me know what moisture meters you guys have and what your thoughts are on that. I'm curious. I know there's some really expensive ones out there, and I don't have any of those. I'm not sure what my one, because I got one when I got my boiler, and I'm not sure what brand that one is, but that's the one I use the most. So I'm curious to see what moisture meters you guys have and what your thoughts are on it, and if you guys have the one that I just received, and what your thoughts are on that, if you think it's quality or how it works, if you had any issues with them. So, but yeah, as always, keep earning.